threes for them. Defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Here is Miles. Right now averaging 11 points a game. And then Johnson with the dunk.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
So it's the Pacers now. Kicks to Miles. Fires the three. Miles with another miss.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
And the Rockets with possession here. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Johnson for three. That's good. Johnson's got 35 in the game.
Now, the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. It's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
Now here's Johnson. He has 35. Ariza has the open look. And another three for Houston.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Here's Robinson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And again, unable to change momentum here. Dishes it to Cannon. Houston moving it around. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
They're playing well, guys. They're really starting to pull away.
Yep, here at the midway point, that's exactly what's happening.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Jones comes in for Moniunas, and James Harden subbed in for Isaiah Cannon. Now here is Hill. His last outing, he had 8 points. George passes to Hill. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And here we go with James Harden. And here is Johnson. Offensive rebound. He goes up again, and it's Howard laying it in. Howard's got 11 points.
They have got to put a body on him because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Houston on top, delivering the blowout. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we just witnessed what was an amazing offensive display from this guy in the first half. Where did that scoring explosion come from?
I don't really know. To be honest, I was just looking for chances to get my shot off, and I just happened to find them over and over in the first half. So, I don't know. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments, but until then, I'm just going to keep attacking.
Well done. Thunder up, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of the same in the second half. I'll say this first. They've been loose with the ball, and we've been there to pounce when they have. The steals have added up, and you can tell we've got them rattled. Keep it up. Stick to them like glue. Our three-point shooting was a highlight, though, and that should open things up for us inside the second half. They've got no choice but to come out a little higher on us on the perimeter.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, we have, Kevin, and that's exactly what this team needed from him. He's been terrific.
And you know what, Steve? A double-double in 2 quarters of play, guys. I mean, about.
On offense, here are the Pacers. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Pacers, C.J. Miles and Paul George are the wingmen. Then it's George Hill. Then it's Roy Hibbert. And it's Hickman in at the four-man position. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Boy, the kind of moment you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game. When they've got it clicking, it's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
George passes to Hickman. Hibbert trying to free himself up. The shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. And that one's good. 38 points for Johnson.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
And George, here we go. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's Houston on the break. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Ariza. And that's now 10 points for James Harden.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Johnson against Hill. Right side, George. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
That's good. And that's now 7 points for Ariza.
Well, it's been all about pace and space with them. Tempo, the fast break points, just a huge advantage.
Yeah, they've been looking to push it all the time and to get that early offense, and they're doing it well.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Boy, you can feel the confidence growing right now for this club at the offensive end.
Really an ideal time to have one of these runs after halftime, but before crunch time. They're setting themselves up for a great fourth quarter.
Hibbert, the pass to Hickman. Miles dishes to George. 5 on the clock. George double teamed. Hill has the open look. And it's off from three-point range. For Houston, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. Oh!
Are you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
Passes it to George. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Indiana making some changes. Johnson outside. And down it goes, jamming that one home. Well, guys, for a point guard, he can punch it.
Yes, sir. I mean, that would have been unheard of about a decade and a half ago, Kevin, seeing a guy bounce like that at his side.
Good point.
Times have changed, though. Guys, we got guards all over the league who can play way above the rim.
The pass to Watson. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
All alone.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not
Is it?
probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's
It
possible.
is possible.
Not
Holy
probable.
smokes.
It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark. Quick hands on the steal. Quick feet on the break.
Costly mistake to fork that ball over and then not get back on deep.
The Pacers have gone 0-4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Johnson. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Johnson's got the ball, and Ariza with the stuff.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Jones. There's the killer two-handed slam. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Houston making a switch here. Cannon's checked in. Johnson over to help. Hill against Harden. Stolen. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. It's astonishing to see a player, Clark, at his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical on you, Kevin.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
Pass to McDaniels. Here's Rudez. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
Well, it took a while, but somebody finally got a shot to go.
You know, I was starting to get a little concerned for them. I mean, it hadn't been pretty to this point.
Pass to McDaniels. He feeds it to Robinson. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Passes it to Rudez. Back to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Poke loose. Tries to save it.
Still Pacers ball.
Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. Watson comes.
Nice shooting.
And he's checked in for Johnson. Here's Felton.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt.
Well, they're going to win again. Same result as the previous matchup between these two clubs.
And it's the last time they meet this year, so that'll make it a sweep of the season series.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for the chosen one. There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double for his efforts.
So on the floor for Houston, Johnson, he's in at shooting guard. Joey Dorsey is out there with Moniunas. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Felton in at the point guard. Johnson attacking. Takes a shot at the elbow. Again, the Rockets score.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Hill. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Remains Rockets ball. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 16.
Houston's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And another 3 for Houston.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Now Hill. Off the left rim and out.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
So we see Houston taking the W here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, the Chosen One.